Welcome to the 117th edition of the Director's Communique. 116 editions ago, this little production looked very different. When it was released, Sean Chase was a superintendent of education services, and now here he is today as our fearless leader, Director of Education.
A little older, a little wiser, a few more gray hairs. I'm excited to be here though, Twyla. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 4 territory, traditional lands of the Nehiyawak and the Nakaway, Nakota, and homeland of the Métis, Lakota, and Dakota. And it is great to be back.
Well, we're certainly happy to have you back, and we're very excited. And you're bringing a few new pieces to the table. One that I'm really excited about, so let's start with that, Thought Exchange.
Thought Exchange. Had a chance to work with the Thought Exchange company in the last few years in Holy Trinity. It's a crowdsourcing tool that enables us to hear the voice of all of our stakeholders, our staff, our students, our parent community, and use the information that we get back from them to help formulate our decisions.
It really gives a voice to people who maybe are a little bit quieter.
It does. It's a great way to make equal voice and allow everyone to use their software to rate the thoughts of others. And what we get in the end is the top thoughts out of whatever topic that we've asked for. We are able then to publish that information and show everything that we've heard from our stakeholders and how we are going to formulate that information into any of the planning that we carry forward with.
I can't wait to start exchanging thoughts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
Another new piece, School of the Week.
School of the Week. We've already pitched this idea with our staff, so they're aware of what's taking place. The concept on this one, Twyla, is pretty simple. Instead of looking at anything on Twitter that each school is supposed to look after for themselves, what we're trying to do is celebrate the great things that happen in our schools on any given day. So each of our schools are going to have a week that has been designated for them, generally aligned with their feast day for their patron saints where we could. And what we'll do is take the opportunity that week just to showcase all the great things happening.
Also going to be a lot of fun. And you know, there's already a lot of great things happening and a lot of news from around the division, even though we've only been back for a short while. So we've certainly gotten started with some of that over the summer.
We did. First celebration goes out for our behavior consultant, Stephanie Casper. She received an incredible honor this summer. She was presented with the Sovereign Medal for Volunteers this August. And the Lieutenant Governor, Russ Morasti, a good friend of our school division, actually presented that to Steph. Congratulations, Steph.
Also, Dr. Martin Lebuldis Catholic High School football coach John Ford was named to the Regina Sports Hall of Fame. Certainly very well deserved, and just in time for high school football to get underway again after a year that we all had to go without.
We did. Special shout out. John and I were high school classmates back in the day, so always
Nice.
a golden son. Good for you, John. And on the topic of athletics, we are very excited that our return to school plan, maintaining safety and caution at all times, it is able to reintroduce athletics. So at the elementary level, we'll have aerial football kicking off here in September. We've made a decision based upon the ineligibility of many of our young cross-country athletes. We're going to defer that until the spring. So watch for news in your school newsletters about that information, but we'll make sure we still have a cross-country season in elementary, just not until we find out a little bit more about vaccinating some of those young kids. At the high school level, high school football games are starting immediately next week. We've also got high school cross-country and lots of rain to make those golf courses lush for our high school golf athletes.
Well, we are fortunate in the high school level to have some amazing administrators with athletic backgrounds. Of course, Lawrence Biegler, Lisa Donnelly, Tracy Fuchs, and Wade Hockle. Very nice. And, you know, they're getting all that support and extracurricular guidance from both staff in the school and, of course, the administrators.
Decorated athletes, each of them, and we're lucky to have them in the role of principals. Oh, we also need to say thank you to St. Marguerite Bourgeois grade 7 student Ava McManus, who created the official theme art for the 2021-22 school year. This year, we'll focus on the second word, love. We'll explore ways to show our love to God and to others.
Know, love, serve. Some artwork around the main reception area here at the Catholic Education Center as well. These orange butterflies represent all the children who attended residential schools in Canada and never made it home. We pray as a whole school division for all those impacted by the lasting legacy of residential schools, and that they will know that we hear them, we are listening, and that every child matters to us.
I've had lots of firsts already as the Director of Education, and one of them held recently was CLASS. It's our Catholic Leaders Annual Summer Seminar in August. We spent a lot of time planning and preparing for the opening of the new school year, especially with our return to school safety plan. Of course, then there was also opening mass.
I love opening mass, but you know what? It really isn't quite the same virtually.
It's not. But it was great to feel the energy to start the school year. As I said that day, I do miss the hugs and handshakes outside on the front step of Resurrection Parish, though. That said, hearing from Father Ron Rollheiser and then Dr. Krogan, a La Boldis alum himself, was a great way to start the year.
It was, and then when I got back here to CEC, there was a lovely little treat on my desk for me.
Yeah, we usually hand out a little gift as everyone enters the church and didn't get to do that this year, but we did send these football stress balls.
We have them now. Oh, it worked. Good thing we practiced.
Well, it is a good thing we practice.
I'm stressing you out already, so we needed...
Being on camera with a professional like you is a little difficult, Twyla, but I'm doing my best. Just practicing self-care.
Well, and I've seen a few of these already hard at work here at CEC, so a good choice. It's a lot of fun. And we have had a little bit of media around here as well.
We have. We had the good fortune of hosting Education Minister Dustin Duncan at St. Jerome School to kick us off and talk a little bit about their opening the school year campaign.
Yeah, we had you out on the front lawn here talking as well, speaking with the media about back to school. And then we were at St. Gabriel School with Ed Services Superintendent Stacey Grassam on September 1st talking about school zone safety with SGI.
And luckily, it was a bit drier as our students had their first days of school on September 2nd and 3rd, according to our staggered start. It is nice to get back into routine.
Sure is. And speaking of routine, it's giveaway time.
Wow, everybody loves a giveaway.
We do. We like our swag. Since it's backyard barbecue season still, and you know, there's a good chance that your patio furniture, like mine, blew away in that last storm. We've got some of these excellent RCSD game day chairs to give away. Sean, tell us about these chairs.
Well, Twyla, kick back and watch the big game from the comfort of your backyard in this heathered royal blue canvas folding chair. It tucks into a convenient carrying bag when folded, so you can take it anywhere you need to go. Comes with 2 cup holders, because anyone working in a school can understand the need for extra storage space for your phone, water bottle, your kid's growing rock collection, or even golf ball sized hail. Proper ergonomics are not guaranteed, but temporary comfort is.
And we'll take what we can get when we get it. Thanks so much, Sean. To win, send us an email at events@rcsd.ca with the subject line, "Sit down." 5 winners will be chosen at random.
They'll remember that. Sit down.
Sit down.
Coming up in September, Twyla, we've got some events. Of course, we already mentioned back to school on staggered starts on the 2nd and 3rd. September 3rd is also the feast day of St. Gregory. And on the 5th of September, we'll celebrate the feast day of St. Teresa of Calcutta.
Monday, September 6th is the Labor Day stat holiday, so we're starting the year off with a lovely long weekend. Tuesday, September 7th at 5:30 is our first public board meeting of the year, and we will pray together on September 10th, which is World Suicide Prevention Day.
September 15th marks a very important day, especially in our area where it is the anniversary of the signing of Treaty 4 way back in 1874. Terry Fox Day, Sunday, September 19th. That'll be celebrated and some fundraising efforts in our schools in and around that date. Students get to turn that into another long weekend as well. Monday, September 20th is a non-instructional TPD day and staff meeting day to accommodate the federal elections.
And September 21st is the feast day of St. Matthew. The 23rd is the feast day of St. Pio, the patron saint of Miller High School, and patron saint of stress relief and adolescence. There's those footballs again.
The 30th is feast day of St. Jerome, and September 30th is also Orange Shirt Day. So we'll take action that day to show our belief that every child matters.
And now to the Twitterverse and some notable tweets.
Yeah, our first stop's over at St. Faustina, where they've been waiting for you.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and his. Three's company too.
And I love this tweet from Superintendent Kelly Eamon. School is starting, and I'm like, can you do the move, Sean?
I can't do the dance move. I'm not even going to pretend.
It'd be great video.
Yeah, love that tweet from Kelly. Roger Ross is our new Indigenous cultural liaison, and he sent some very meaningful tweets this summer. He also spent some time picking sage with some of our young folks.
From His Holiness Pope Francis, faith is the ardent desire for God, a bold effort to change, the courage to love, and constant progress.
And finally, Twyla, from a long list, we've found a few kind people who we'll give a shout out hello to. First to Julie Perdue, the smiling face here at Central Office, to anyone who comes in our front door. A big shout out to Julie and thanking her for the work she does. To Mr. Ryan Schmitz, he is the long-standing practical and applied arts guru over at Riffle High School, and he is also in charge of the Student Representative Council there and puts on a lot of wonderful events for kids. So, way to go, Mr. Schmitz. To Roger Ross, our aforementioned new Indigenous Cultural Liaison, who has already taken time at some of the schools to lead us in ceremony and will continue to share his knowledge with all of us and helping us in our path to reconciliation. And finally, Candace Giblett, who is one of our friends and our partners from the Regina Fire Department. You spent a little bit of time with her recently.
Yeah, and we were all chatting, and you mentioned you've been working on your stop, drop, and roll.
I have indeed. I've almost perfected it, maybe for a future Communiqué.
Just hope we don't need to use it, but yes, we could definitely work on that video moving forward. Well, thanks for being awesome just by being you, and hello. Thanks so much for hitting play once again on the Director's Communiqué. Until next month, I'm Twyla West.
And I'm Sean Chase. We'll see you at the next edition of the Communiqué. Thanks, Twyla.